Next question is from Shelley Bonds, and she says, I am a nurse helping folks integrate nutrition as functional medicine. What is the best platform to promote business and grow clientele? I'm overwhelmed with all the platforms and spend so much time posting and following up with post comments and leads. How do I keep the harmony of business promo / marketing with schedules, clients, events, and well-needed self-care? Then in brackets, have to lead by example and hold space for myself before I can for others.
I'm still at the way you pronounce clientele.
It's definitely clientele, yeah.
Yeah, clientele, it sounds very classy. So what is the first sentence or two? Is what she does?
So she said, I'm a nurse helping folks integrate nutrition as functional medicine.
Okay. So I'm sort of lost. That's problem number one. Okay, so she's a nurse, integrate nutrition into functional medicine. So this assumes a lot of people that they know what functional medicine is. So here's something that'll help right away is it'd be good to know what your views on nutrition are. Vegan, vegetarian, whole foods, paleo, keto, 4 food groups. I don't know. There's so many views on nutrition, and just that, and being very candid, carnivore, raw vegan, knowing that will help hone who it is that you're trying to reach and where to find them. Because inherently, it would probably have to be people who are into your perspective. Or maybe you say, no, it's not about the diet. It's an intuitive eating thing. That still gives some focus. Nobody that I've ever met just is like, yeah, eat whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Or if they do, that's their view on nutrition. So everybody's got a take on this somehow around food. So what's yours? Yeah, and then nutrition to what ends? Just to be generally healthier? I mean, if that's the case, then there's nothing here. Why do they want better nutrition? Almost nobody's going to pay a bunch of money. Can you help me have better nutrition? Nobody's paying to get that result. Why do we want better nutrition? Well, maybe, for example, it's something you want, like I want to become fertile. And we're having trouble conceiving, and I've been told that nutrition is a big part of that. So can you help me with nutrition to achieve that end? Or maybe it's a problem they have. I suppose you could frame that also as infertility. That's the problem. Or the problem is some disease they have, and they want nutrition for that. Or they always feel exhausted, or they have too much weight, not enough weight. So that's, to me, the preliminary question. If we're trying to find these people, because what I hear is, okay, I've got this general boat, nurse, nutrition, functional medicine. It's a boat cobbled together from the wood of those 3 trees. That's what I'm doing. And how do I promote this boat? But promoting the boat is generally pretty hard, unless it's a very rare, unique boat. And that it's a boat that has become popular and a lot of people want on that type of boat. And you're the only one who has that boat in that marina, then great. But I don't think that's true here. So we only have so much time and so much money with our marketing. We all have limits. So given that, it becomes very important to optimize, that we get the biggest bang for the buck. If you're going to spend $100, that could lose you clients, that could gain you clients, that could gain you 1 client, 2 clients, 10 clients, 100 clients for the same $100. And you spend 1 hour on marketing, it could lose you clients, get you 1 client, 2, 10, So same thing. So we want to be very efficient with it. And we're trying to generate a client. Great. Okay, so you have 1 hour and $100. What are you going to do with that time and money to get a client? The first question has to be, what kind of client? Who specifically do you want to reach with that? Because if you don't, there is no strategy. There's no strategy to reach everybody. There's no strategy. It's a much harder strategy. Also, I'm interested in working with people who would be into this general boat. Again, unless it's a really unique particular boat that people would recognize. So, again, we go back to niche. And so what I would recommend in this case is go to marketingforhippies.com/puttering-prep, PUTTERINGPREP. These are my best exercises around figuring out your ideal client, figuring out who it is you want to work with. I would dive deep, deep, deep into that and see what you come up with, and it will help. It'll help because then you have a focus, and this will immediately drop the number of hours you need to spend, or at least if you're spending the same number of hours, you will get a much better return on that, and you won't need to spend that many hours long term. Sometimes you got to make hay while the sun shines. You got to just strike while the iron's hot. There is such a thing as it's just a time to hustle and work very hard, but that should taper off at a certain point. It shouldn't be just grinding forever, relentlessly, endlessly. It should be, okay, maybe you work very hard for a time, but then that builds you some reserves, and you can, and it becomes a nice rhythm over time. And you have to work less and less and less until you get to the point where it's pretty much all word of mouth, where it's all, you're not doing any work, but people are coming just because of referrals. To me, that's the dream to get to. Now, always realistic, maybe not, but I know businesses that do that. I know therapists, they don't do any advertising. There are restaurants that do no advertising anymore. What is their advertising? Their advertising is taking really good care of their people, and their people do the talking. So to me, that's the goal. But to get to that point, you need to have at least enough people that you're taking care of that they can then spread the word. So sometimes you got to hustle to get there, but it shouldn't be hustle forever.
Amazing. Thanks, Ted. And Shelley, I hope that helps. Do let us know how you get on. And I'm guessing we might have time for one, maybe two. Let's see how we go.